Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Dotmannn. You know my co-host Chloe. Y'all know what this is. It's the BX Show, the newest podcast, the most dopest podcast. I told you we have a lot of people in here, from comedians, artists, athletes, everything. And tonight we got Mr. Tommy. I'm gonna use my Spanish accent, ladies and gentlemen. Tommy 5000 El Gordi. T5K El Gordito de Oro.
Yeah! Perfect Spanish.
Did I say that right, my friend?
Yes, you did. El Gordito de Oro.
Yeah, welcome to the BX Show, man. Glad to have you. What's going on, my friend?
A lot of things are going on. It's a wonderful time. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you for inviting me. We got a lot of things happening, and this is a perfect week for you guys to invite me over, because I recently posted the Netflix special.
Oh, wow.
And a lot of people were, they were skeptical because I posted it on April Fool's.
Right. Oh, okay.
But I got the news that day, so I couldn't really do much.
You got the confirmation for the show.
Yeah, okay, this is what's going on. A lot of people don't know, but I have a company. It's called Section 8 is Ballin'. We're a movie company. We have films, we do music videos, stuff like that. And I recently partnered with Digital Bodega.
Okay.
Digital Bodega sells a lot of content to like Warner Brothers and and people like Tripas and these
other
film companies. Other film companies. They produce footage for other film companies.
Okay.
And,
kind of like a production company, so to speak, sort of. Okay.
Yeah, Digital Bodega. They do most of the shooting with cameras and have all the equipment, crews.
Dope.
So I needed help in my department of filming, and they are the guys who I think are doing the best work in New York as of now, and I decided to partner up with them. So we partnered.
Bodega.
Yes.
Dope,
and we started doing a couple of projects. First, we partnered up with Rumble in the Bronx. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that.
Okay.
We did a nice pilot for them for a TV show, and I think they're gonna get picked up.
Okay.
We also did my special, which is something that falls under Digital Bodega now.
Okay.
And the name of the special is God Bless You, God is Watching.
God bless. Where can people find that?
It'll be on Netflix.
So that
was the green light. They just said, because what happens with Netflix is that they do like a roundup of the new content that they're gonna buy.
Yeah.
And then they'll give you like, okay, this has been selected or this has been selected, But they won't tell you exactly, okay, unless you're like Dave Chappelle and they're like,
of course,
all right, yours comes out on the 16th.
Yeah.
But with us, they just say, okay, you've been selected for the next round. We don't know when the next round is.
Yeah. Right.
And I still haven't got the check.
Right. So, send that check, Netflix.
So we'll wait.
Send that check.
We'll wait I don't care. It's a dream come true.
No, that's a
blessing. If they put it on Netflix, period, it's a big thing.
No, that's super dope, man. We're definitely going to go back a little bit to tell people, so you can explain to people what got you to the point of Netflix. Before we get into that, who's the gentleman to my right? That's with you here.
Edwin.
Edwin.
My name is
Mr. Edwin, how you doing? Welcome to the show, man. We'll get into what you do in a second, but we're going to focus on the point at hand, Mr. Tommy 5000 El Gordito de Oro. I hope I said that right. So you're a funny guy, man. Like I said, for people y'all don't know, follow him on Instagram, man. He's a funny guy. Got a bunch of funny skits and stuff like that. I was checking him out. And how you got into? Let's go back. How you got into comedy, man?
Well, I got into stand up per se because a friend of mine, she kept saying like, you're funny. You always have that friend.
People had that. Yo, you're a funny dude. You're funny.
You should do comedy.
Yeah.
I have a friend who she invited me to like an open mic thing.
Wow.
And she wrote me.
Like comedy?
Yeah.
Comedy show?
She wrote me into the contest, or whatever.
Yeah.
And she comes back, she sits down, and she's like, you're next. And I'm like, next for what? Like next to go talk on the mic.
Wow.
I'm like, nah. She's like, yeah, I wrote you on the list, so you're on next.
Yeah.
The guy calls me up.
Yes,
I go up there. I did an hour and 20 minutes.
Wow. First time ever?
Just talking.
Just being yourself.
Just
That's
talking.
cool.
And the owner came up to me, he said, listen, come back next Wednesday. I'm gonna give you $60 and 10% of the bar
Wow.
every Wednesday.
That's
Wow.
nice.
And that's how I started doing comedy.
And obviously that was years ago, right? That was the beginning.
Oh yeah.
That was the beginning.
But I had done comedy before. I started doing comedy in 2007. But I gave up, you know, like anybody else. I was like, all right, I'm doing all these bringer shows.
Yeah.
I gotta bring 8 friends
Right.
in order to go on stage. They all gotta pay $10 at the door. You know, it's all about the money. My first time doing stand up, I got tricked.
Wow.
It was a Comedy Central contest.
Okay, so what they got?
They sent me a Comedy Central contest online.
Right.
And I'm like, oh shit, I think I'm funny. Let's try it.
Yeah, well, to entice you.
So I booked myself in. They're like, all right, you gotta invite 8 friends, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, cool, no problem. I invite 10 friends.
Right.
You know? The day of, nobody came.
Wow.
So I'm at the place by myself. So they're like, where your people at? You know, if your people ain't here, you can't really go up.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm like, oh man. I'm like, all right. I called a few friends. Like 2 people showed up.
Right. Wow.
You know?
It's the beginning, man. You
So
know
I'm
that is.
like, you know, I got 2 people here. Can you let me go up? They're like, yeah, no problem. Turns out the event wasn't from Comedy Central. It was just some people that had these emails and a venue.
Right.
And they made these fake contests so that you can bring 8 people to their event.
Right. They could make some money.
Yeah, so they scammed.
What happened was that they don't know what they started. I loved being on that stage.
Of course, yeah.
So I continued doing comedy. But I quit because at one point, you know, I'm like, oh, you know, I want to get paid, I want to get booked, you know, I don't want to keep on having to invite people, you know. But you gotta always go through the struggle.
Of course.
You
No,
gotta
absolutely.
go through the struggle. If you don't go through the struggle, you can't get to the greatness.
Oh no, nothing comes fast, man. It's
Now
like
you
being
said that.
a
Yes.
struggling artist, you know, like from artists doing shows on the underground, you know what I'm saying? You gotta
Right.
sell tickets and get people to come
Right.
to your shows.
Right.
Everything's a grind, man.
A lot of people don't know about forget the shows selling tickets. How about the shows that you did for free?
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I
Yeah.
used to take 3 trains to go do a show, and not only that, but
Hop of the train.
at the end of the show, you
You know
know,
what I'm saying?
have a great set, and everybody's, oh my God, you did great, and the owner just goes, hey man, good job, man. You want a beer? Would you like a beer?
Yeah.
Beer on me.
Right.
Get
Wow.
this guy a beer.
Yeah.
What a great guy. Come do a free comedy show over here.
You know, some chips and dip.
Give this guy some chips.
Have you ever been fortunate enough to do any shows at some of the more notable
Venues?
comedy venues here, like what Caroline's?
Yeah, I've done Caroline's.
have you done? Oh,
a couple
wow.
times.
Get out of
Yes,
here.
I've done Caroline's like 4 or 5 times.
Oh, super dope. All right, so you did it.
Let me see. I've done really big clubs. I think
There's a couple more here in
my
Manhattan.
biggest crowd is probably the United Palace. I did the United Palace.
Nice.
Where's that?
175th and Broadway.
Gotcha.
That's
I think the crowd.
Washington too.
It's like
Crowd
it's just a
is-
venue for concerts and
This is a
and stuff
concert
like that.
venue.
Wow.
Yeah,
Get
yeah.
out
It's
there.
like the Apollo.
That's
Gotcha.
the
Get out there.
Eights,
Okay.
right?
Sounds
Right?
familiar.
Right.
Sounds familiar.
Mhm.
Super dope.
3,500 seats. But
And
I don't
you
know.
packed it?
Huh?
You packed it?
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't just your
It
solo
wasn't
show.
the top level. There was no one there. It was just the bottom. So I think that's like 1,000 people.
Okay.
But it was
Listen.
packed. It was
Listen,
Yeah.
listen. And
Yeah,
you rocked
yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's definitely gonna help.
No, actually, I've done stadiums. I
Really?
did where the Philadelphia Flyers. I did that stadium with Bachata Heights.
Yeah.
They brought me out. I did some comedy in front, and then they went up on stage.
Oh, super duper.
Yeah,
super,
so
super,
I
super
had
duper
a
dope.
crowd of 26,000.
That's nice.
But then again, it's like, you know, it varies for a comedian, especially like me, that, you know, I started doing stand-up in English,
Yeah.
caught a buzz, but I caught a buzz within the comedians. I
Right.
didn't per se have like a,
Your community buzz. People in your
no,
your
no,
neighborhood.
I didn't have the huge audience. I had the audience which was the other comics.
Just among the
that
comics.
were like, you know, like the veteran comics would be like, hey, I like this kid or whatever, you know, they got to know me. I was
Absolutely.
known in the circles, but what happened right there, that was like 2010. I started doing Spanish comedy.
Absolutely.
And Spanish comedy was wide open. So
You
the
saw a lane.
popularity
You saw a lane.
grew way more.
Wow.
You know, so I started getting booked at the
That was
Dominican
smart.
Republic and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and flying to different places based on
They appreciate it. Your
the
talent.
Spanish comedy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. Chloe?
Yeah, and how old are you?
I am right now. I just turned 38.
Okay. You're a young man, man. You're a young lad.
Yeah.
22.
I'm
Young
22.
lad.
That's amazing. Watch when that shave.
So how long have you been doing comedy? Since
I've been
you had
doing
30
comedy 13 years.
13.
now.
All right, cool.
Yeah, well,
Let's
actually
do that.
14. 14 last November. So right now we're on the 14th year of comedy.
Super. Dominicana, right? Of course.
Dominicana.
Dominicana. So most people, where you from? Most people would assume the Heights.
I'm
Are you from the Heights?
Yes, I'm
Okay,
from the
not the
Heights.
stereotype. You know, people.
I mean, I've
we
been
know,
in
we
the
know what
Bronx
it
for a
is.
long time, so I consider myself a Bronx native already, but I'm born and raised in Washington Heights. Yes.
Super dope. Do you find being a comedian like? I mean, being I don't know too many Dominican comedians. You know what I'm saying? For most, so that's what's super dope that you know what I'm saying, opening up that lane for other people coming up, younger dudes that somebody Dominican that think they're funny and want to do it. So it's dope that you open up that lane. Do you find a lot of support in the Heights, like from your community?
Oh
You get a lot of
yeah.
support?
The Heights loves me, man.
Okay.
They love me. I go to different blocks and stuff like that, and I'll do a video with the guys
Yeah,
from that block,
absolutely.
you know, and everybody will put it up like, oh man, he was here or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
it's a cool environment over there in the Heights, you know. But I think I'm appreciated just all over because when I
Yeah.
started, it was more about the culture. You know, so if you're Dominican, most likely, I want to say 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
7 out of 10 Dominicans gotta know who I am.
Absolutely.
You know, and
That's a
this
good
is
number.
based
That's a good
only on comedy.
7%.
Yeah, so it goes well, you know, and there's a lot of support. You know,
Yeah.
I've tried the whole crossover thing, but I can't do it in full because what happens is that the people who don't speak English,
Yeah.
they start to be like, oh.
Right. It's almost like you letting us down, kind of like we used to. We want to understand.
Otra vez en inglés. Like, you know.
Absolutely. Listen, you want to satisfy your people, which I mean, you want your audience to be broad. You want people that, you know what I'm saying. So that's why I see it's dope. You got some skits on there where you use a little English, a little Spanish, but you know what I'm saying. A lot of Spanish from seven. Listen, it's who you are, right? So
Yeah.
why not do something for your people, man? Nothing wrong with it, man.
I mean,
Have you done anything in DR yet?
yeah, I've done plenty of stuff.
Good question.
And I've done movies in the Dominican Republic as well.
Nice.
I'm in Un Lío en Dólares. I'm in that movie.
But I'll definitely look into it.
I'm in a few movies. If you look at the IMDb, it's nice.
That's what's up.
I'm not Tracy Morgan, but I've been in a few.
No,
You know?
super dope.
Yeah.
I've never been to the Dominican Republic, man. I heard it's very nice.
Thank the Lord, you know,
Yeah.
and to thank people like Chicho, let's say, for example,
him too.
who's come, he came into my life this year, basically, and we have, ¿cuánto? Un año nada más, tenemos conociéndonos, como que dice,
No, less.
menos de un año,
Yeah.
less than a year.
It's from December.
Oh wow.
Right, so we met in December, he had, you know, been reaching out, and I hadn't seen like his messages and stuff like that.
Wow.
And then one day he's like, "Yo, listen, I'm just trying to act. Like, what's up?" You know? You know, and I was like, "All right, come to the office, you know." And this guy has turned out to be a star, man. Like,
Really?
yeah, he's not only a comedian, but he's an actor, and you
I
know,
can tell.
he has
He's
he has a vision. He can record you. He can be in front of the camera, behind the camera, whatever. It doesn't, you know, he has ideas, and he's a creator.
Right.
Exactly. And the character Chicho.
Chicho.
Character Chicho.
One of his many
Who,
few.
now, okay, so he plays Chicho.
He plays Chicho.
I play
yeah.
Chicho.
All right, so now hold on for a second. Let's start now. Now, who is Chicho in
Well,
the world of Mr. Tom? Who is Chicho?
I want us to just Tommy, you know, Tommy he doesn't know this, but he's my dream, my mentor.
Inspiration.
Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Absolutely, absolutely.
No, de verdad.
I was, you know, people been telling you, like, a lot of people been telling me, like, oh, you funny, you should do something, you gotta do videos and stuff like that. And I was like, never, you know, I don't want to get into that.
Right.
And then started watching this guy, and it was like, yo,
It
I wanted to do
motivated you.
that.
Yeah,
I wanted to do that. So
Inspirational.
since he was my motivation, I started like watching his live videos because he was doing live videos on Instagram.
Right.
And I was like, one day, you know, I always, every time I get in the live, I write something. But he didn't see it.
Right.
So
He's a busy man, man.
let me tell you, the time that he
Finally answered.
the finally answer,
Got the reply.
I write it down, and I put, I wanted to do stand-up comedy with you. I wrote it and I copied. I copied it,
Yeah.
and I posted it 25 times.
Wow. That's
25
dedication.
times. And I think he was like, damn, this motherfucker gonna keep doing. I'm gonna let me answer this guy. So when he answered, it was like, yo, you wanna do comedy? Come through. I'm in Patterson. I'm like, yo, God bless. I'm living in Patterson too.
Get
So,
out.
Look at that.
Wow.
Everything happens for reasons.
so
That's great.
I went up, you know, he
Consistency.
told me, he gave me the address. I texted him, and he gave me the address, and I went over there, and I was like, you don't know that feeling.
I can
like,
imagine, man.
like when I met this guy, I was like, yo, this is it for real.
Absolutely.
So, you know, he told me, yo, I wanted to do comedy. He was like, you know, he explained to me this, and comedy is a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
And if you really want to do this, and I'm like, listen, the only thing that I'm gonna complain about if I'm not doing anything. So
Yeah.
this is my time, and I'm gonna do it. And I tell him, he said, okay, cool. So he introduced me to a friend, and he was like, you're gonna meet this guy, and you know, when he has a show, he's gonna give you a time. So
you're gonna get slapped.
I met the
You should
guy,
stop.
he said, I talked to the guy over the phone, and I was like, listen, the guy was like, I'm gonna give you 5 minutes, but I want you to come prepared, like, bring something, you gotta write something down, whatever, don't
Bring
come,
some
like,
material.
just whatever. And I'm like, yeah, cool, I got something. So I went to him, and I was like, listen, this guy gave me 5 minutes, and I tell him the stuff that I was gonna talk about. He was like, yo, yeah, do that.
Yeah.
So when I went over there, you know, it was crazy because the guy told me, the show is gonna start up at 9 o'clock, but I want you to be here at 5 o'clock. And I was like, damn. So, you know, I went over there, but he said that for me to, you know, her power cleaning and stuff like that. So I went over there.
You Brody, man. You gotta do shows first. Miss Brody stuff.
When I went over there, everybody was.
He made him set up the club, bro.
Listen, you gotta walk for cheesecake, man. You gotta walk for
But I was
cheesecake.
so happy. I went over there, and I had power and everything. Everybody was surprised because when I got to the place, I was quiet. I didn't say nothing. But when I got my time, Tommy told me I'm gonna pass by. So I was happy, you know. Tommy's gonna come. So when I went over there and I went on the stage, I did my 5 minutes. Everybody was like,
You did your thing.
Tommy doesn't know this either. But when I finished, I went outside, crying like a baby. I was so emotional. I
But you was
so
happy though.
It was a
You
moment for you.
yeah, because it was
It was a
something that I
moment, trust
wanted
me.
for a long
Something
time.
you always wanted to do.
And I didn't know the reaction of the people. Like I went outside, like,
Yeah.
and I feel
That
like
was the day your life started.
hell
Listen,
yeah.
we could relate to that because everybody and people out there that want to do something, you know what I'm saying, you might be inspired by somebody, and even though, like I said, he's not a superstar, but he's a star, right? You know what I'm saying? And, you know, and you looked up to him doing comedy, but that's just an example of persistence and really following your dreams. You know what I'm saying? You kept hitting them up, you know what I'm saying? And you got to work with them, and you got to, you know,
Persistence.
that was a moment
Yeah,
for
you
you. That
gotta
was
keep
great.
to me.
And
Exactly.
I've been fortunate enough to have moments like that in my life where you pursue something, you know what I'm saying, and you finally get to a certain position, you be like, wow, it's emotional. So I can totally relate to that, man. Congratulations.
Like, to me, it was
You know,
it was so
congratulations on
nice.
that, brother.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So,
I'm
you know,
glad now because now, you know, since that day, I remember that night, the same night, the owner of the theater asked me, like, will you do me the honor to put you in the next show?
Right.
And I was like, yeah.
Y como no, right?
Yeah, I was so happy. And since that day, you know, I've been doing shows with Tommy, and everybody, you know, I do the Chicho character. The Chicho character, answering your question.
Probably
It's
the first gay
Chicho.
character.
Yeah, it's a gay character that, you know, that I play, and people love it. you
right.
know.
Well, gay's always funny. I guess that's a fun character to play.
Chicho character.
Because no offense to the LGBT community, but gays, they're just funny people in general, right?
It's
They're
so
very
different.
comical.
It's so different because, you know, we're so used to, I mean, at least me, I'm so used to seeing the guys put on wigs and portray girls, or even me.
Yeah.
I do the mom character,
Absolutely.
I do Alicia, I do a bunch of girl characters as well that I incorporate with my comedy. But to have a gay character who's still manly, you know, but he's flamboyant or whatever.
Absolutely.
No
Two
one's
snaps-
been, no
two
one's
snaps
done
up.
that. No one's been doing that unless they're actually gay.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, until today, I don't know if he's gay.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's gay.
I'm not. Okay. I'm in
It
your
is
side
what it
still.
is.
That's a
No, it
fact.
is.
Yeah.
Don't ever think that.
You know what's
Don't
funny?
think that.
We did a skit and these girls were looking at him after the skit and he was like, "Do you hear my voice? I want you to remember me this way." Like, you know, like
No, he has it. Actually, I'm glad you said that. Yeah, he did an interesting take, a kind of radio voice. Give the ladies and gentlemen out there that voice you did for us.
Well, people, I'm right here right now with the
on the block.
on the block with these people right now.
Yeah, sure.
So, para todas las personas dominicanas que están escuchando la emisora, así que manténganse en sintonía. If you don't know Spanish, Google it. So, this is the radio station right now. Here live, Chicho and Tommy 5000.
Woo! Super dope, super dope. Now you sound like straight off the radio, man. One of the stations you turn to, you hear somebody talking, like a commercial, like a commercial or something. Very dope,
I've
man.
been waiting for Chloe to send me her playa video. She's supposed to be sending me her playa video. Y'all know I got the single La Playa out. And I'm waiting on you. What's up?
Let's talk about that. What is that? What is the playa?
So
I gotta learn how to Photoshop.
That's a song?
yeah, it's a song. We went into a studio and got under the influence really big time, you know. And I almost made an album that night.
Wow.
Nice.
You know, just me and my friends. We were in the studio just drinking, and you know what? And then this is rated R, right? We can do whatever. We can curse. We can.
No, yeah. This is
On the block.
straight to the internet.
Oh, you know, on the block.
We are uncensored.
All right, uncensored. So yeah, you know, we got high. We got high, went in the booth, and what happened was that Magic came out. You know, everybody was making fun of me, like, "Oh, that ain't no song. That ain't no song." I'm like, "Listen, that sounds like a song to me, and I'm gonna do it, whether you guys like it or not. I need that recording. I'm gonna take it to an official studio, and I'm gonna master that."
Absolutely.
And, I took it to Alcover, which maybe you guys don't know,
Yeah,
but
to show you.
Alcover is a Grammy-winning producer, you know, and he said, "Well, the song is here, but I'm gonna put it here, bring it to my studio,"
Nice.
and
Put a
history
little
was
touch to
made. History was made. La
Wow.
Playa right now has. Look, you see the videos, you know, people
Yes.
are on the beach singing the song.
Wow.
You know,
Basically,
sending
it's
me their videos of,
their booty.
yeah.
What's going on, Kelly? What's
Booty,
going on?
booty, walking on the beach.
Girls,
Booty popping.
I tell
I
them,
like that.
I tell them just walk on the sand, but
You
you
like
know,
that.
some of them get a little extra. You
Just
know,
walk on the.
I mean, like, walk on the sand, let me see the water, let me see you. You know, but they go out and do a whole, but one did a choreography that was
Right.
amazing. This other girl just rode on the beach. You know, she rode La Playa, like on the sand, and she rolled in the sand and stuff, whatever.
Nice.
So, some guy just sent me his daughter. You know,
Okay,
he
so
did
that
the
was a good
video
one.
of his daughter at the beach, but with my song. You know, it depends on whatever you want to do. I just
Right.
want to see the beach and the water and see you there.
And see if
You
you
know,
do the thing.
see the person. Don't just record the water.
It's kind of like a challenge. Is it
It's
kind of
a
like
challenge.
La
It's a
Playa
challenge. Yeah, it's a
Okay.
challenge. La
All right,
Playa challenge.
La Playa challenge. Get in tune with La Playa challenge, ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Hopefully,
Nah, super dope.
hopefully we can play it later.
No,
Nah,
definitely.
super
We'll put it
dope,
into
man.
the thing.
Super
Nice.
dope. So yeah, man. Yeah, we're gonna get into some more things, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. We talking right now. Dotmannn, Chloe, the BX Show, Mr. Tommy 5000, El Gordo D, T5K, El Gordito, D Oro, and Mr.
Edwin.
Edwin,
Chicho.
aka
Chicho.
Chicho.
Oh my
Listen,
God,
we
man.
gonna go commercial break. Maybe we'll go to one of the skits and all that. I'll give Mr. Tommy to send me a skit. We'll go to a skit, a couple of skits, put that on the show, and then we'll be right back. But before we do that, I know everybody know about the untimely passing of rapper Nipsey Hussle.
Yes.
So before we go to break, I just want to ask everybody in the room to have a moment of silence for the homie, and then we'll go to break. Thank you, everybody. R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle. He was a real positive brother.
Word.
This is the BX Show. We'll be right back.
¿Qué tenemos para hoy? Un mensaje de corporativa.
¿Corporativa? No, no puede ser. Señores, estamos votados. Estamos votados. No, mentira. Tranquilo. Así es que reaccionan los otros jefes en otra compañía. Vamos a poner eso en el gabinete de cosas importantes.
Aquí no hay gabinetes de cosas importantes.
Claro que sí. ¡Karina Maggi! ¡Vaya, ¡Karina Maggi! ¡Eso! ¡Gancho! Maggi no fallaba.
Don Tomás, yo creo que será importante.
Importante es esa tranquilidad que se ve en el piso. Mírala ahí. Señores, hoy viene corporativa. Vamos a portarnos bien.
Está salada.
Te voy a probar más frita, está buenísimo.
Me quedó buenísima, mami.
Viste si tú tan bueno como está tener que compartirlo contigo porque tú no tienes un trabajo. ¿Cómo te vas a mudar?
Deja ese muchacho tranquilo. ¿Qué? ¿Por qué siempre tienes que hacer esa conversación de que yo tengo un trabajo? ¿Por qué tú no vienes a los shows de comedia mío?
Hasta los chamaquitos en el verano cogen trabajo, ¿tú sabías? Viene el hombre del risol. ¿Y los fritos?
¡Ay! ¿Y los fritos? ¿Tú traiste plátano para que haga frito?
Preguntando, ¿tú cuando haces frito?
Ustedes, tú tienes una cocinera allá atrás que yo no la vi. Tráigale los fritos.
¿Y los fritos?
Oye, como dice Eddie, que es los
Es
fritos.
verdad, ¿y los fritos?
Fritos, vengan. Y que vengan y se pongan en la mesa porque...
¿Por qué tú te estás riendo tanto?
Coño, pero es verdad. ¿Cuándo fue la última vez que tú has traído un plátano aquí?
Yo subí un plátano aquí a cada rato. A cada rato yo subo plátano. A eso vine yo a este país.
So we're back here on the BX show with Dotmannn and Chloe, here with Tommy Peña and Edwin.
Tommy Peña and Edwin.
Thank you.
Yes.
So Edwin, real quick, I want to ask you, how old are you?
35.
Okay.
35 years old.
35. Young boys in here.
How long have you been in the United States?
9 years now.
9 years. Okay, cool.
Okay.
You live in
Jersey, yes.
Okay, cool. And you grew up in Jersey and everything when you came over here?
What part? Patterson, you said,
Patterson,
right?
yeah,
Okay.
from Patterson, yeah.
He was a
that
grown
my
man
first-
when he got here. Grew up in Patterson.
I did.
He grew up in DR.
Right.
Thinking of being un hombre hecho y derecho.
Since I came over here, I live in Patterson, yeah.
Right. You came, he was 35, came in, he's 26. So you was 26 when you got
He
here.
grew up.
Okay.
And he kept, how was it in DR over there? Like, living that life
Hot.
and then just come over here?
Hot. And I mix some of it, but I don't mix a lot because there's no mosquito over here, so I can't sleep well.
Well, we have them, but probably not to the point of like, on the island, right?
Exactly.
Point on the island.
Mosquitoes in DR. I think other mosquitoes from other places vacation.
Are you
in
sure it's next level?
DR.
Probably,
Next level.
what was it, the Ebola? And those,
I don't know. They had the Zika, whatever.
Yeah, that's Zika.
You know what's crazy? That
Chikungunya.
that my cousins used to be like, oh, I already know those. Esos son los de la chikungunya. Like how you know? They had like little gang of mosquitoes and shit. Like it's a white mosquito. White mosquitoes is the one. There was white mosquitoes.
Oh, that
Yeah.
shit is scary.
Yeah, that shit was scary as
It probably turns
hell.
red when it
Wow.
That shit was scary as hell seeing white mosquitoes out there in DR.
Mosquitoes are different races, huh? White, black mosquito, brown.
I could imagine. So going back to you, Tommy. So what's up with you? You got any projects coming up? What's
Yeah,
going
we
on
have
with
some new stuff coming out. You know, we just released the first sneak peek of The Office in Spanish, which is La Factoría. And Edwin actually plays one of the guys on there, so shout out to him for being part of that. Like I said before, we partnered up with Digital Bodega, and Ivan wrote it.
that? Okay.
We're on episode 4 already, so we're just waiting on an answer as to what company wants to pick this up. NBC themselves, we're gonna try, but there's copyright issues, so we can't name it The Office, so that's why it's called La Fattoria. But they do own Telemundo, and right now is on the
That's
works
big.
to hit them up and be like, what's up?
Yeah.
Y'all want to put this on TV or what? So that's what's going on right now.
That's cool. How did you guys start putting that together? Like,
Well, with me, it was more of a thing of supporting Ivan's decision. I wanted to do a show already, but he was so adamant. We gotta do The Office in Spanish.
Yeah.
We gotta do The Office in Spanish, and I'm like, F The Office.
nah, I watched that show.
But you know why? Because I had never seen it.
Yeah, no, it's hilarious.
So I used to be like, F The Office, whatever.
So it's like an offshoot of the actual Office?
Yes,
The show,
the show
but in
yes.
Spanish?
We're
The
doing
late
The
night show
Office
that
in
you used to-
Spanish.
Dope. All right.
Cool.
Oh, dope.
Of course, you gotta
That's
twist
super
and
dope.
turn so you don't look like a big plagiarizer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's only 3 jokes of the original, in the pilot.
Yeah.
Because we have to kind of show you what we're bringing.
Right.
And where it comes from, where it stems from.
No, absolutely. I mean, listen, imitation is the best form of flattery. For me, it's like y'all paying homage. The Office was a hell of a show.
The Office
Yeah,
is a
It's a hell of a
show.
follow. It's a hell of a
The
show.
Office is a show that wasn't in English, or wasn't done in America first.
Was it like originally?
Yeah, The
Where was
Office
it
comes
from?
from England
I
or
didn't know
something.
that. I
Or
didn't even-
Is it? That's interesting. I
it
didn't
comes
even
from
know that.
France or something. I don't know.
But it's funny you say that because a lot of shows
Does anybody
are
here
other
know?
places.
Does anybody know? Who,
He's on his live
where
video.
the Office started? I'm on live, by the way.
Okay,
guys.
yeah,
Say
absolutely.
what's up.
Oh, yeah.
Say what's up.
Salute.
Yeah.
It's the BX show, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, give him a taste. Give him a taste.
Yeah. It's from the United Kingdom, they said.
Oh, is it?
Okay,
Yeah.
Oh.
So
Thank you, guys.
It was done there before, and I said why not? After I saw the show, I'm like, oh man, this is great, And he said, you should be Michael, and I'm like, okay,
Right.
I want to be Michael, So
Absolutely. Absolutely.
so I was like, yeah, let's do it, and he wrote it. I told him a few people that I wanted him to make sure that they were in.
Yeah.
And from there on, I really didn't care. Let's get everybody together.
Right.
But he kind of already had a list. I want these guys. And everybody he had, I was like, these are great people. Let's do it. And so right now, we have exactly what TV wants. We have a show that's funny.
Yeah.
It's in Spanish, which Spanish sitcoms really don't exist. No one has a sitcom in
Absolutely.
Spanish.
It's a lane.
Until
Yeah.
now.
And the third thing is influencers. Everyone in our cast has a huge following.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
That's important.
you're
That's
bringing
important today.
the audience to TV, which is something that also doesn't exist. The Spanish channels only cater to old people. Novela, noticia,
Yeah.
or caso cerrado.
And Sábado Gigante still
Yeah,
alive.
Sábado Gigante still going?
What?
Where?
He's still
They
going.
got a new Sábado Gigante?
What is
He's
that?
Still going. It's a show that I've seen.
The show that
It's like
it's a never-ending show.
Really? Okay.
It's a never-ending
He
show.
never looks older.
This
Really?
guy is
Same
from
age.
Jesus time. or
Really?
something.
That's
I don't know.
crazy. Oh,
Yeah,
Benjamin
a meme,
Butler.
I had a meme on him the other day. A meme of him
Vampire.
Yeah.
you see any difference?
Yeah.
There's no change.
Yeah.
Yo no sé.
Somebody said in Telemundo he has the so he switched channels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He went from Univision to Telemundo. Great. Señores, llamen a Don Francisco y díganle que yo tengo un show.
Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah,
Awesome.
no,
Look at that.
seriously. You know what's crazy? That I didn't get to do Sábado Gigante, but I always get to laugh at my boy. Because my boy was one of the last stand-up comedians that did Sábado Gigante. And the Chacal booted his ass off.
It's a character that's on the show.
Like,
like that.
instantly.
Yeah.
Like, the joke he didn't even start the joke. He was like, cuando yo took his ass
I want
out.
to kick somebody off.
You know what's crazy? That he told everybody, I'm gonna be on Sábado Gigante, I'm gonna be on Sábado Gigante. Everybody tuning into this shit, and this thing gets he didn't even get 15 seconds, legit. It was like,
5 seconds.
Gone. Done.